Okay, welcome students. Today we are going to see the functions of plasticizers and superplasticizers in concrete. So we have certain points here. I have summarized the points here. We have total 5 functions stated here. So let's go through these functions one by one. So the first one is that when plasticizers are added to concrete, it makes the concrete more workable or more plastic at a reduced water content. So what does it mean? Suppose we are preparing concrete with a certain water cement ratio. Okay, this is my initial water cement ratio, but if I add plasticizer, we can reduce the water content to some extent. So suppose we are reducing the water content by delta W. Okay, so as a result of this, what happens? We are taking less amount of water, we are reducing the water content, and the overall water cement ratio gets decreased, right? And at this water cement ratio, we are getting more workability in concrete. What does workability mean? Workability means the ease with which you can handle concrete, the ease with which you can place or work with concrete, right? So at a reduced water cement ratio, our workability is getting increased. Okay, concrete is becoming more plastic and it will be more easier for us to place the concrete, right? And another very important point is that when water cement ratio is decreased, what happens? The overall strength of concrete is also increased, right? The strength of concrete increases whenever we are using less amount of water. So this is what the first point means. Now the second point, we'll just rub this off. Okay, now let's see what the second point is saying. The second point says that plasticizers increase the workability of concrete at a given strength without adding more water. So what does it mean? It means that we are keeping the water cement ratio same. We are not altering the water cement ratio. And at that same water cement ratio, what happens? The workability or the plasticity of concrete is getting increased, right? At same workability, the plasticity or at same water content, the workability is increasing. And since water cement ratio is not altered, what is happening? The strength of concrete is remaining as it is, right? This is a summary of the second point. Now let's see the third point. Third point says that plasticizers increases the strength of concrete by keeping the cement content same and reducing the water content. So I think the first and the third point, they mean same more or less. We are reducing the water content, the cement content is unaltered, and at that what is happening? The strength of concrete is getting increased as well as the workability. Let's see the fourth point. What does it say? Okay, I'll just rub this. All right. The fourth point says that plasticizers will increase the strength of concrete by increasing the cement content and keeping the water content same, right? So the water content is basically remaining unaltered. What happens? Let me write it down. Suppose this is my initial water cement ratio, and what am I doing? I am just adding some more quantity of cement, right? So let that quantity of cement be delta C. I'm increasing the cement content by delta C amount. So as a result of this, what happens? The water content, the water cement ratio, it gets reduced. And when water cement ratio gets reduced, what is happening? The strength is increasing. We are adding more amount of cement to the concrete, and strength will definitely increase when the cement content is more and the water content is less. Okay, so with the help of admixtures, we can modify the workability, the plasticity properties of concrete. We can modify the strength of concrete also. The strength of concrete is the most important aspect of concrete, right? So the strength is increased. You can just write down the points in your copy. Okay, so this is the summarization of the fourth point. Now we have another point We'll just rub this writings. Okay. Now we have the fifth point, and what does it say? It says that we can reduce the water content as well as reduce the cement content, and we can obtain the same amount of workability, right? So we are not altering the water cement ratio. Water cement ratio is remaining same, and at that same water cement ratio, what are we getting? We can achieve the same workability. Okay, so these 5 points are the main ways or the main methods in which plasticizers are helping or modifying the properties of concrete. Okay, now we will see what are the dosages and what amount of and how much water content can be reduced with the help of these plasticizers and super plasticizers, and what are the types. Okay, so first, see, you can write down this differentiation. Plasticizers can reduce the water content by how much? By 5 to 10% or 5 to 12%. Okay, or it can also go up to 15%. Okay, so it can reduce the water content by 15%. Okay, whereas super plasticizers can reduce the water content up to 30%. Okay, so basically the minimum amount of water content that can be reduced is 12%, and it can go up to, the water reduction can be done up to 30%. Okay, it is very problematic writing with this mouse on the screen. Anyway, let's see the dosage. The dosage of plasticizers is 0.2 to 0.6%. Okay, and for super plasticizers, the dosage is a little more. It should be added in more amounts. That is, the minimum dosage should be given to concrete is 0.6%, and maximum it can be added till 2%. There are certain specifications in the mixed design code IS 10262 regarding the adding of plasticizers and super plasticizers in concrete. You should also go through that. Mix, I think you have already come across mixed design. You have already done it by yourself, and there you have and there should be certain inclusions regarding plasticizers and super plasticizers, so please keep that in mind. Okay, now what are the types of plasticizers that can be used? One is, we have this natural polymer from wood, which can be used after removal of the sugar or glucose materials inside wood. Okay, and we have polycarbonate ethers, and under super plasticizers we have sulfonated polymers of naphthalene, polycarboxylic ether, and formaldehyde condensates. Anyway, just remember the names. You don't have to remember the chemical formula for plasticizers. Just remember 1 or 2 names. They will be enough for your examination purpose. Okay, so next we have a short note on the mechanism. Okay, the inside mechanism of how plasticizers and super plasticizers work. So this mechanism is not important. They never appear in exams, but just for knowledge, I have jotted down the overall mechanism. It says that negatively charged components from plasticizers get attached to positively charged cationic surface of cement. Okay, so the plasticizers are having certain negatively charged components inside them, and they get attracted to the positively charged components of cement, thus getting adsorbed on cement surface, causing better particle dispersion and deflocculation. Hence, more water is available to fluidify or liquidify the mix. Okay, so you can just Google the mechanism if you want to know more about it, but it is not required that much. What is required is the function or the methods in which plasticizers and super plasticizers are enhancing the properties of concrete, and the dosages. Okay, these dosage and the reduction rate of water content is required, and certain types. Okay, so in the next video we are going to discuss about accelerators and retarders and how they work. Okay, so till then, goodbye.